When I was 15 years old, I started following a lot of self-improvement YouTubers and people in the online space. Throughout this time when I was 15, I was going through a major mindset shift that would carry over even to now when I'm 18. It's when I started going to the gym and when I started building my first company. This period of my life is really formative to me, and I dedicate that period of my life to where I am today. And throughout that time, a lot of my friends said that I had changed. And it's not that I was changing my personality at all. That's not the case at all. I was simply learning new things and pointing my interests in my life from one region to another. And through my journey since I was 15, I've learned a lot about the term financial freedom. And here's my genuine advice to anyone who is seeking financial freedom. If you don't know me already, my name is Julian Peary. I'm an entrepreneur who's currently building his social media marketing agency, as well as other business endeavors. I'm going to go over the 5 principles of financial freedom today. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear understanding of what financial freedom is and how you can achieve it. So let's get right into it. Point number 1 is educate yourself. Start to listen to podcasts or read books about the topic that you're learning. For me, it's just general business. So right now, I'm not actually reading a business book. I'm reading the 48 Laws of Power. And I really love this book. I don't even want to say it. I'm about an eighth of the way through the book, and I really love it so far. Robert Greene is a genius in my opinion. But after that book, I'm going to read what's called the 30-Day MBA. And the 30-Day MBA is just basic business knowledge, pretty mundane. There's a lot of charts and graphs in here, but I think it will be really helpful for my future endeavors. But I would definitely recommend reading books and listening to podcasts. Some good business podcasts are Modern Wisdom for just general business knowledge from the people that Chris Williamson brings in, and Marketing Secrets by Russell Brunson. He made a few books like .com Secrets and Traffic Secrets that are really, really prevalent in today's business landscape. And so I'd recommend those 2 podcasts to start out because there's a plethora of knowledge already on there that you can listen to. So some good business books that I would recommend for everyone to read are Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, The Psychology of Money, and The Millionaire Fastlane. If you read those books, you'll have a solid foundation of business knowledge that you can build from and try to build a business with. But the one thing that I would say is definitely educate yourself. And one thing that I've really realized is that school systems do not educate people properly on finance or business. If you look up what the modern education system is based off of, you'll see that it's formatted the way the Prussian education system was formatted. It was introduced within the late 18th and early 19th centuries, and the core principles of the Prussian education system are still in place in countries like the United States. And what I'm getting at is because the Prussian education system was to create factory workers. If you look up why the Prussian education system was created, a quick Google search will give you this answer. The Prussian education system was created to produce a population of obedient soldiers who would follow orders without question. Do you really think that's a good idea to have with modern education? The education system does not want you to think for yourself. It wants you to be obedient and stay in the workforce, which I don't know about you, but that does not sound very appealing to me. So on point number 1, educate yourself. Educating yourself will never fail you. As long as you put in the time and the effort and you're learning the right things, you will go much farther educating yourself than someone in the school system educating you. Point number 2 is create multiple income streams. Don't rely on a single income stream. Right now, I'm building multiple businesses that will help me in the future create multiple streams of income, which then will be a solid foundation for me to build off of. The 2 key business models I would recommend for 2025 are this: building a service-based business online that doesn't require you to be in a physical office, and you get time freedom and location freedom from that. And if you work hard enough, you'll get financial freedom. And then building a personal brand. No matter what business you're in, building a personal brand will not hurt you. In the long run, it will tremendously help bring in clients for your business, but it can seem daunting at first. But I do have many videos on the topic of personal branding. You can check those out in the link in the description. Tip number 3 is live below your means. One problem I had when I was a little younger was living way above my means. I had a job and I saved up a little money and I was burning through it like a furnace. I was spending tons of money on subscriptions and I was eating out every day. I got a taste of money from my job and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm just gonna go out and spend everything. Now looking back, that was a tremendously terrible waste of money, and starting my business was even harder because of the fact that I didn't have as much funds as I could have had if I hadn't spent all that money. So I would say always live below your means, because otherwise you're gonna rack up a lot of debt for yourself, and that's not gonna be good. Some tips for living below your means are you have to create a budget. It's really easy to create a budget in a Google spreadsheet. I will link an example of a budgeting that I made about a year ago. It doesn't have my actual earnings or anything like that, but it's a good starting point for you to create your own Google Sheet with your budget. And just a reminder, when you start to make more money, don't inflate your lifestyle with your inflated income. Don't buy that Lamborghini right off the bat. Don't buy that Rolex right off the bat, because just like that, your whole business could fall flat on its face and you could go in a little rut and you could lose all your money and then you'll become broke again. So always live below your means. Tip number 4 is invest wisely. But before I start with this segment, please note that I am not a financial advisor and take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is for mostly when you actually get enough money to invest, but you should definitely invest in a lot of different avenues, like stocks, bonds, real estate, or even starting another business. Do not put your money in a savings account and leave it there. Money sitting in a savings account will not beat inflation and it will lose value over time. Put it in something that will gain more than inflation and that will gain you a net profit in the long run. So for me, I'm putting a lot of money into an index fund and also a Roth IRA. These are good investments because a lot of people do them and they are relatively safe. And another investment I have is crypto. I have a little crypto portfolio of Litecoin and Bitcoin, both of which are doing very, very well right now. So I'm earning a bit of money with that. But definitely diversify your whole portfolio. If one stock goes down or one crypto coin goes down, then the rest of your assets are totally fine. And the 5th point I'd like to cover today is network with like-minded individuals. You should surround yourself with people who share your financial goals. I'm currently in 2 communities that I paid for. One is $30 and one is $10 a month. And both of which are amazing because they have a lot of like-minded individuals in them and I can communicate with them, get accountability partners, and create my dream life while networking with a lot of meaningful people all around the world. And from this big community, we created a smaller Instagram group chat where we are going to get on some calls and talk about our businesses and talk about the next year of our lives and where we're headed. I just create a really small group of guys who are really driven with their goals. These people can offer a lot of support and financial advice to me, and also I can provide value to them. Because in your life, you always want to give, and never expect to get anything. So to recap, the points were: educate yourself, create multiple sources of income, live below your means, invest wisely, and network with like-minded individuals. And with these 5 points, I've set you up in the near future with guiding you to taking your first steps to maybe making your first business or starting to invest in stocks or bonds. If you found this video helpful at all, you should go down to the link in the description and watch my other videos that give valuable advice like this.